In order to gain access to loans without collaterals, corporate borrowers need to prove themselves as responsible debtors and unclose the information to banks. These are comments by Mr. Sanjay Khanra, the country representative of the International Monetary Fund in Vietnam, on the unsecured loan issue, and more to follow.
Good morning, sir. Thank you all for sharing with VITV today. SBB had just demanded the commercial bank to strengthen the collateral-free loans. However, the businesses are still complaining that it's extremely difficult to get money from this program. Do you think what are the bottlenecks of this problem?
Well, I think first of all, one needs to understand why the State Bank of Vietnam, what the State Bank of Vietnam means by a collateral-free loan. It does not mean that anybody can get a loan without any conditions. Most of the loans, a very large proportion of loans in Vietnam, are backed by collateral. But there are other ways. The whole idea of collateral is that if the borrower is not able to pay, the bank has some assurance to get his money back some other way. Some of that assurance can come from other things. For example, if a business has a good plan going forward, it has a very good order book, then that's another way for a bank to see whether it can recover the loan that it has made. So a collateral-free loan does not mean that there is no assessment of the borrower's ability to repay the loan. That's first. Secondly, collateral as an assurance to get back a loan is not always the best because, first of all, it's backward looking. Secondly, in the case of Vietnam, for example, collateral might be overvalued relative to the market. And for many of the banks, they do not mark the collateral to market. So what happens is, as the real estate market has gone down, the collateral has been overvalued. So what the State Bank of Vietnam is suggesting to banks and to businesses is that they should have a forward-looking element to their credit decisions and borrowing decisions. So in the sense that it improves the information, it is a step in the right direction. At the same time, I think one needs to keep in mind that collateral or no collateral or business plans or no business plans is only one of the few of the reasons why credit growth in the economy is not that strong right now. There are a number of other reasons, in particular the state of the banking system or the state of the balance sheet of some of the banks are still on the weaker side. Aggregate demand in the economy is also on the weaker side. So there are different reasons for why there are bottlenecks in the economy to credit growth at this moment.
In this field of collateral-free loans, what do you think that the commercial banks here in Vietnam need to focus on?
Well, first of all, I think a number of the banks need to develop their own ability to assess the business plans of the borrowers. They need to have better risk management practices. They need to have better credit ratings of their borrowers, which are based not just on collateral, but also on the future ability to repay. So the banks have some work to do internally in terms of the credit departments, in terms of the risk management departments, in terms of the operations to improve their ability to judge the quality of a loan application. On the side of the borrowers, they need to have better books. They need to have better ways of presenting their plans, their business plans to banks. And make the case that they are good borrowers.
It is needed a very tight information testing process for collateral-free loans. So how do you assess coordination of information between banks in Vietnam and the role of the Credit Information Center in Vietnam?
Well, the Credit Information Center looking for other ways to judge the quality of loans. It's a bit difficult, but it's not that much more difficult. I mean, collateral also is difficult to value. In many of these things, the Credit Information Bureau, as you say, or other institutions which gather and spread the information about the quality of borrowers in the system is a good idea, because it is one more piece of information that can be used to make a lending decision by the bank. Typically, with large corporates, it's not a problem. It usually ends up being a problem for the small and medium-sized businesses which go to a bank and usually are face difficulties because there's not a lot of information available about them. So a scoring system where, for example, a credit information bureau collects that information and makes it available to other banks is good. It provides, it makes it better. It makes for a better credit decision on the part of the bank, and it helps the borrowers also because more information about their ability to repay, about their record of repaying their loans, whether they have defaulted or not defaulted, is available to the banks. So I think it's a good.
So according to you, is encouraging the collateral-free loans the answer for the credit growth of Vietnam?
A credit. I am not saying that. All I'm saying is that it is one of the other things that needs to be taken into consideration in making a decision about a loan. It has forward-looking elements to it, which add to the backward-looking element, which is the collateral. What is the position of the business today? But a collateral-free loan does not mean that there is no condition on the borrower to be able to borrow from the bank.
Thank you again for sharing with VITV today. Hope to see you soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you.